to change the battery in my watch because it is just showing 6 o'clock. So, all right, I'm gonna just wait a few more minutes to see if anyone else joins. I do have a bit of a rant. I should probably save it for a different video. But I'll just start by saying that I had a package from Dooney and Bourke that I ordered from the outlets from Destin, which is one of my absolute most enjoyable locations to visit, because it's relatively close to me. It's only about a 5.5, 6 hour drive. I frequent there a couple times a year. So I had high expectations for this bag that I ordered, but clearly they decided they were going to take the stuffing out of the bag and force it into a box that did not fit it, and then take the stuffing, and that's how they actually stuffed the box. So I'll show you later in a future video, but my blood pressure is still trying to come down from that one. So it looks like I can get the chat to pop back up. It looks like, hello Pauline, hi says what, hi military mom, hi Latifa, hi DJ. So we are gonna go ahead and get started. So I was tagged by Pauline Newman to do the 5 luxury items tag. And this has been the absolute most difficult tag for me to do because I don't have luxury items. I don't have like a Chanel bag or Chanel card case. I don't have an LV bag or pochette. I don't have Gucci tennis shoes. That's just not my thing. So I am going to take this opportunity to introduce Dooney and Bourke's premier or luxury line and show you a few of the luxury items that I have in my collection from Dooney and Bourke by showing you a handful of items that I have from the Alto collection, which is Dooney's, premier line. So that's what I'm gonna do. I want to thank everyone for joining. If you are watching the live stream and not participating in the chat, I would encourage you to get involved if you're going to spend the time with us. But if you don't, thank you so very much for watching along. What I'd like to do is start with what I'm going to call a bonus item because it's a smaller item and I consider it to be the equivalent of a clutch or a pochette, but because it's such a small bag, I'm going to consider it as a bonus item and show you additional 5 items in my collection. So this one has only been in my collection since the beginning of the year. I purchased it during the 12 days of Dooney, and it is the Dooney and Bourke Trista in the color Oyster. And I love this little piece because it is literally just a handful. It is absolutely stunning from a neutral palette color standpoint. It is perfect as a little clutch. It's small enough that it can actually go inside of another bag. And it is pretty large when you think about what a clutch, a true clutch, will hold. It has the wristlet. It has the red interior as well as the lining of the bag. It has the long Alto fob keeper, whatever you want to call it. And on the inside, it's pretty basic. So it'll hold whatever you need it to. It will fit a phone, lipstick, keys, debit card, those kinds of basic items. And it is absolutely phenomenal. It has recently been, I think it was a part of the summer fun sale, or it was just on I Love Dooney, which is kind of their retail site or outlet site version. But this is gorgeous. So there's the side profile. Here's what it looks like on the back. Exactly, DJ. Everyone needs a Trista. It literally is one of those that fits in the palm of your hand. Dooney and Bourke offers this one for $225, and there's the style number. Hoping it will focus. So there we have it. Is there anyone that picked up the Trista during the 12 days of Dooney or their year beginning sale? Does anyone else have a Trista in any color? Anyone in the comments? All right. Well, I'm going to consider this my bonus item as soon as I can get it put back up here. I'm going to consider this a bonus item, and I want it to, so the Trista, according to Pauline Newman, is currently on I Love Dooney for $169. So $169 compared to $225, which is its regular retail price. And you know, I don't have anything against LV. It's just not for me. And why pay for coated cotton or coated canvas when I can have leather? So that is my bonus item from a luxury item standpoint. All right, so I'm going to dive in and put way too much leather in one video. So this next bag I eyed online and then it disappeared, and I knew that I had just screwed up. I knew that it was a bag that I wanted in my collection. I hadn't wrapped my mind around the price point, but ultimately was able to find it in Destin, which again is one of the reasons that I absolutely adore that store. And you've seen this bag on YouTube before. My Pursuit of Happiness, Ivana, has it, and I believe hers is in maybe chestnut. I think it's in chestnut. Mine is in gray, and it is the Amelia. I love the shape of this bag. I don't know why they include a shoulder strap for it, because I would absolutely never ever use it as a shoulder bag or as a crossbody. But the craftsmanship of this bag is stunning. It is like tabletop worthy. The curves, the lines, just really, really, really clean and crisp. And of course, it just wouldn't be a Dooney bag if you didn't have all of the gorgeous stitch work. And then the back, look at how those angles meet. Oh my goodness. It's like a well-tailored suit. You know how when a man is in a really nice suit and it just hits him in all of the right places? That is what this bag is in my collection. Absolutely stunning. Love the little handle. The fact that it's sealed on the edges in red. That there's a completely different take on the hardware for this bag, because you don't normally see this kind of hardware. So I have seen some Alto, to answer Military Mom's question, I have seen some Alto bags during the tent sale, but they aren't necessarily in abundance. And it's what I will call kind of your basic colors, your naturals, your saddles, sometimes your reds. Every once in a while you might see something in grape. But this is one of those bags that honestly, it's just kind of a showpiece. The hardware on it is gorgeous. And this little, it's going to reflect, but you just slide this little circle disc down and it releases the clasp. Inside, red. It has a front pocket, so not only is that a part of the design, but you actually get function. What is scary for me about Alto is unlike Florentine, you can't buff any scratches out of Alto. When it's in there, it is absolutely in there, but it is a gorgeous leather. It does patina a bit. It does soften a bit, but this will never ever be a slouchy bag. It is structured for a reason. It is going to hold its shape, and it holds a lot. This, I'm going to call this a medium size bag. It's probably the size, just from a comparison standpoint, if you're familiar with the small Brenna, it's about the same size. Yeah, I think it's about the same size as the Brenna. And of course, it tapers out. It kind of tulips out. So you have a little bit more space at the top than you do at the base of the bag, which is tapered off. So most of the Alto collection has that center pocket that I detest. But for this collection, this is not a bag that you know, this is not an everyday bag. It's not a heavy leather, but it is very structured and it takes color very, very well. So from an interior standpoint, again, you have the outside flat pocket, no zipper or pocket or anything in the back. It has the front section that has an old school cell phone pocket, which for me now is like where I stick my lip gloss or maybe an ink pen or chapstick if I need those kinds of things. And then there is the center zip compartment, and then on the front, on the back wall, you have a zipper pocket, red cotton twill lining. You have a card holder, so whether it's business cards or whether you want to stick your ID or your debit card there. And then it does come with a shoulder strap that is not adjustable. It's handbag or an extended handbag length, and it attaches on these rings here on the center pocket. Again, not something that I would use. I like the versatility that they include the shoulder strap, but honestly, this bag, it's so much of a showpiece. To put it on the strap, I think just distracts from all of the angles and the fact that it really is a showpiece. Alto leather is not heavy by any means. I would equate it to maybe the weight of maybe pebbled leather, maybe a lighter pebbled leather, but it doesn't have the weight of Florentine at all. And I got this bag in June of 2015, and it's Amelia, and that's Emilia in the color gray. So that is my first full-size luxury bag from Dooney and Bourke, and of course it's embossed here on the front. Okay, so the next item. So if you have followed Dooney and Bourke's Alto collection, if you what I'll call have any of those on your wish list, what I've noticed is that Macy's has a limited offering of Alto bags. So if you are a Macy's card carrier or have a Macy's in your area, it could be one of those bags that you know, that you're able to find a little easier. I've only seen it in one store from an Alto piece collection, but they are available on their website. So I'm going to see if I can get into this one. There we go. Okay. So this next one, I was drawn to, it was a birthday bag for me, but of course I was drawn to it by the color and the shape. Dooney has since remade this particular bag in the same shape but a different leather and at a reduced price point, and that is the Alto Sabrina. So this bag, you've seen it, I'm sure, at places like Macy's, maybe even Nordstrom Rack, since they still carry Dooney. But it was first released in the Alto collection, smooth leather, and I could not have it as in any other color for my birthday other than red. So this is Sabrina. She is a take on Dooney and Bourke's domed satchel. So she, of course, has a little, I think she has an over-exaggerated dome on this bag style. She has those nice, crisp cut lines the same way the Amelia does. She has the tabs on the side that put me in the mind of the Zip because that's the only other bag that has the pulls or place for you to hold to be able to extend and close the zipper. She has 4 feet on the bottom. I would also consider this to be a small, maybe medium-sized bag. And on the back, it has my beloved outside zipper pocket. I love this bag. So let me show you the interior. And I think as soon as you see the interior, you'll know why I fell in love with Sabrina. Can you guess why I love it? No center zip. This is one of the few Alto bags that I have in my collection that is freeform on the inside. So Dooney doesn't tell me on this bag how I have to carry and organize my stuff on the inside because it does not have that center zip compartment. It does have the zipper pocket on the back. It has the card holder. So again, easy place if I just want to drop my ID and my debit card or cash and driver's license. Love that. And then I would use the small cell phone pocket to put things like my lipstick, maybe even my car keys, because if you notice, there is no key keeper in this bag. So being able to slip just the house key and the car key in here to keep it nice and you know, keep it from rolling around in the bottom of the bag. I love this. This bag also comes with a shoulder strap. And this, in my opinion, was a waste of leather. And the reason I say that it's a waste of leather, does anyone recall the Viola the Saffiano, or pick any color, but the Willa bag and the issues that so many of us had with Willa. I gave Willa away due to this very issue. Does anyone recall what the issue was with the strap on the Willa bag? Anyone in the comments? Does anyone recall? So the issue with Willa is the fact that it didn't have D-rings. It didn't have any hardware for the strap to actually connect to, so it connected to the handles. So you had to use opposite opposite pieces of hardware on the strap, and it gave it wings. So this is a bag that when you use the strap, unless you're carrying it crossbody and it's not a crossbody strap, it just doesn't lay against the body right. So in a pinch, if you needed any one of these bags with the strap, you have them. I carry them and keep the strap in the bottom, but it doesn't do anything for the look of the bag. It doesn't do anything as far as ease or improvement of carrying it. And quite honestly, does she look like she doesn't even look like she should be carried with a strap. It's one of those little ladylike, again, tabletop bags, and I absolutely love the smooth leather on the Alto collection. High maintenance leather. If you think Florentine is difficult to keep up with, I would encourage you not to go the route of Alto, because keeping it free from scratches is a full-time job. This is like your date night, anniversary dinner night bag. It is not the bag that you take with you on vacation. It is not the bag that you take with you to the office. It's a showpiece. It's a showpiece. So that is my Dooney and Bourke Alto Sabrina. All right. And you see, even inside, I still keep her in all of her packaging, and then back in her dust cover, just to be sure that she stays pretty. All right, my next bag. This bag also has not been in my collection very long. It is one that I wanted for a very, very long time, but the price point on it was $6.75. And again, it's not the $1,500 bag from LV, but for my brand, for my preferred brand, for their luxury leather, $6.75 is a pretty penny, and I just didn't want to spend that. The tribe knows all about Dooney math, and I'm thinking for $6.75, I can get one bag, or Dooney math is how many more bags can I get? How many more Dooney bags can I get for that same price tag? And I think that's what keeps me from going the route of YSL or Chanel or LV or some of the other brands. Nothing wrong with that, but just the business side of me just sees something very differently. So this bag I also picked up during the holidays. So for those of you that are looking for Alto, I know there's a member of the tribe that is very much interested. If not at the tent sale, then if Dooney follows the same trend that it did in 2017 for the 12 days of Dooney sale, then would be the time to pick up Alto pieces. So Felipa is my next bag. She is more red gorgeousness, and she is a shoulder bag. So if you notice, what you've seen from me tonight so far, I've not had an actual shoulder bag, but this one does the trick. If you do not like structured bags, skip the Alto collection. go with Montecantini leather. Go with calf leather. Go with some other soft, squishy leather. Do not go with Alto. Alto is that bag that 40 years from now, it is still going to sit straight up tabletop because the leather is not going to break down. It is not going to deteriorate. Love the fact that it has my outside zipper pocket for ease of phone or cash or card or slipping my valet parking ticket. It has that beauty on the front. And then, as you can see, I've got a scratch inner. And this is the reason why I am so particular about my bags. I want them to come to me flawless and perfect because I will give them their own birthmarks as they travel around with me. So they will develop scratches and dings and all of that. I want to be the person that does that. I don't want to spend this kind of money on a bag and have it already come to me with someone else's dings and scratches on it. I want to be able to do that to the bag myself. So to each his own, but that's the reason that I'm particular. I'm hard on my bags. Even with Alto, I am hard on my bags. I believe that bags should be carried. Now I have a lot of bags, so I know that sounds a bit contradictory that I have so many, but I don't want to have to baby a bag. And if I do, and if it gets a scratch, I don't want it to have a brother or a sister scratch that's already on it from when I purchased it. Here's the side profile view of this bag. Do you see how Dooney took that zipper and it continued to extend it so that you get the wide mouth opening? That's the reason for the exaggerated extended zippers, because it allows for you to be able to open your bag so much wider. But it did it in a way that adds a design element to the side profile of the bag. So here's the back profile of the bag. Side profile again. Here's the bottom. Now, I know that there are a lot of brands that we have had conversations about that we say, hey, other brands add details to their hardware or the interior of their bag or their hang tags or whatever, and that we need to see more of those elements from Dooney. Well, on the Alto collection, they actually do that in the hardware. You can see that Dooney and Bourke is etched into the hardware. Let me show you another reason why I love this bag. Freeform. I don't have to worry about that awful center zip. Standard setup on the back wall. There is a Alto leather cell phone pocket. And on the front wall, I get a pocket as well as the card case. Unfinished leather on the side walls. But this is a large bag, and I love this silhouette. See that stitch work? No key keeper, military mom. Love the smell of Alto. If you like Florentine, just imagine surrounding yourself in that on like scent 10. That's what the Alto leather smells like. So There's the front and side and the back. Okay, so the next piece, how many have I gone through? I'm losing count. So the next one is one you've seen before. It is the bag that I picked up for my graduation from law school last year. It screams Olivia Pope. It screams boss bag. It screams I've got it handled. And that is my Dooney and Bourke Lissandra. So there she is. Stitch work on the side. She's just really, really clean, just crisp. And the handles, the way they are built into the side panel of this bag, and these are not gonna give. They are thick pieces of leather. They have been stitched and reinforced, and I absolutely love her. I love this bag. She has the bottom envelope closure like Amelia, but as you can tell, she's a much larger profile. She's still pretty narrow. Top closure. This closure is similar to the Janine, the patent Janine that's in my Summer Vibes bag. And she does have the center zip, but I want to show you, if you've missed the video that I posted when I first got this bag, I want to show you what Peter did with the front pocket and the back of this bag. So here it has the center zip. Do you see the cut of this pocket here in the back? So the angles on it, the fact that it's not detached, that it's the same leather as the outside of the bag, that he even includes a zipper for that. I love it. This bag, thank heavens, did not come with a shoulder strap or crossbody, because there's not hardware on the outside of this bag. It is truly constructed of leather, with the exception of the zippers and the feet on the bottom of the bag. But they do the same thing on the back of the bag, on the back wall of the bag with this pocket, and it's even embossed with Dooney and Bourke, but there's just great shape. Those elements add to the detail of the bag. The leather on the inside is finished just like the flap, so it's just smooth red leather, not any raw surfaces on the interior of this bag. And that's something that you'll find oftentimes in the Alto collection, is that there are maybe handles or straps or pockets or panels on the inside of the bag that are raw, unfinished, untreated leather. But on this bag, it is completely finished. There is a single snap that connects on right underneath the handle, and she does find her way shut. It almost puts you in the mind of maybe some kind of picnic basket or something along those lines. But I love this bag, and the color is oyster. Retail $7.95. And last but absolutely not least, I just wouldn't be me if I didn't have another gorgeous red bag to show you. This was also a birthday bag. See, there's a theme for me that altos are my milestone accomplishment bags. And this one is pretty, excuse me, it's pretty old. You've probably seen videos of it. Because Dooney actually features her in one of its YouTube videos or pieces of marketing material. And that is Viola. Love, love, love Viola. I love the handle. I love all of the little details. I mean, it would have been easy enough to leave these off, but it just ties into all of the style elements of the bag. I love the hardware, the fact that it's kind of a horseshoe and that the tabs come up and they actually, and you probably won't be able to see this, but you see how this part of the handle is kind of a tube or cone, and how the flat piece comes up and connects and actually seals the corner of the strap. Took the time to color the rod hardware in the inside to keep the structure in the handle. Clean profile on the back. Here's the bottom. You can see the texture where those are raised. So it doesn't officially have feet on the bottom of the bag, but each one of these ridges actually creates an even platform for the bag to actually be able to sit down on. Now for the interior, tongue and loop closure, flap, red interior. I would consider this to be a smaller bag, at least a smaller bag for me. And Viola was $5.75. Strap, won't use it, don't need it, shouldn't have come with it. But this bag is a really good example of what the interior of alto bags normally look like. So give me just a second to dig everything out of her. And I got this bag in 2015 as well. So here, it does not have a center zip, but it does have a center divider. Is there a center divider? Yeah. So I'm not sure what that is about, but right underneath the handle here is a center divider, but it's sealed leather. It's not a zipper pocket or anything like that. It's just a divider. The front wall, red cotton twill. It is lined on the front wall with a small cell phone pocket, but you can see that that center is raw. Nope, no lining or anything on the side panels or on the center, other than the top to complete that aesthetic on the top look of feel of the bag. And then the back as well, raw on the back side of that center divide. But it has a zipper pocket and a card or slip pocket here on the back. And again, raw, not processed on the sides. I love her. So that's not all of my Alto bags. I do have a few others in my collection. As you can tell, my go-to color is red or oyster, because I just think that because the bags have such crisp lines that they just look really tailored and polished and elegant in those colors. So I either want it to really stand out and pop with the, you know, the lines and the color, or I want it to be clean, classic, understated, absolute gorgeousness. And that's what these bags do for me, and why I love having them in my collection. Isn't she cute? There's the Dooney embossing here on the front at the bottom. So again, very understated, not anything that's going to distract you from the angles and lines and the stitch work and all of the immaculate details that make up this collection. So no, it's not LV, it's not Chanel, it's not any of those, you know, the LV or YSL or pick your own other brand. But for my preferred brand, these are the luxury items that I wanted to share from my collection. So I'm going to take a look at the comments here and see what I have missed out on. See if there's anyone that I've not had an opportunity to say hello to. I think I said hello, DJ, but I'm going to say hello again. Hi, Kim. I see that you joined. Hi, Mocha Cream. Hi, Sonja. Hi, Julie. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks. M Squared. Hello, hello. Yeah, you need a Trista. Absolutely need a Trista. Hi, Mrs. Q. Hi, Teresa. My tribe, my tribe. Hi, Beverly. Who else am I missing? Yeah, there are a few of these bags that are still available on like I Love Dooney or even Dooney.com at different price points, of course. Their leather bags, I think, are $25 off now. And then the outlets are an additional, no, I think I have that backwards. The 25% is online, and in-store it's $25 off of a leather bag. $25 off of Alto is not a significant discount. I wouldn't recommend it. But every once in a while, an outlet store will get a Alto piece. And if you can find one at the outlet, then usually price-wise, whether it's clearance or just an additional percent off, usually it's really worthwhile, especially if you can find a piece that hasn't been scratched and dented to death, so that you can give it its own love marks as you carry it yourself. Hi, Latifa. Hi, Chrissy. No, don't have Pauline take anything out of her cart. If anything, have her add other items in there. DJ, Alto is not heavy. To me, Florentine is much heavier than Alto leather. I would put it more in the weight range of maybe like a lightweight pebbled leather. It's not going to soften. It's not going to lose its structure. It will patina just a hint, not a lot. But it's one of those bags that if you take care of her, it will be a forever bag, and she will, 40 years from now, sit tabletop and stand up in attention. All right. Alto collection. Yeah, the red and the gray, I really, really like that. Military mom, I don't have any issues with any of the straps or handles on these bags. And again, my preference is to not use the straps. But, you know, Peter does a really, really nice job, like with the angles and the contours, so that when I carry this bag, it's actually, it fits so that this seam of the bag, it actually falls like right in the bend of my fingers, so that it doesn't interfere at all while I'm carrying it. So I really love that. So no issues with the straps or handle designs or any of that. Yeah, be careful. Pauline will enable you to pick up a bunch of stuff, and if you're not careful, she'll have you picking up duplicates as well. I'm not saying that I did that. I'm just saying you have to be careful around her, or you could order something you already have. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, yeah, so these bags are made in Italy. They are artisan, handcrafted, which is part of the reason why it's a steeper price point, is because they don't make a lot of these bags. The details that go into them, the quality of the leather, it is truly a labor of love. Hi, Gina. Welcome. I'm going through, I'm looking. Montecantini leather is a light. Um, Montecito leather is light and structured. Yes, Kim. Montecito is very, very structured. I've yet to see a Montecito leather bag that is lined, but Montecantini is soft, smushy, squishy leather. So if you're looking for that kind of bag, those bags are pretty expensive as well in the Dooney line, but Montecito structured, Montecantini very soft, very structured, Alto also very structured. Yeah, Closet Dive, there are some Altos that are floating around at the outlets, not nearly as many as you used to see. They used to be there quite often, and they would be on the displays near the registers, but now you can hardly find them there. Yeah. Yeah, Sabrina is pretty special to me. I love her. Bev, so no, no orange undertones, no tangerine. The um there is a tangerine. I have an Evelina bag in tangerine that is very orange, like safety cone, almost orange. But she's um no tones of orange or coral in the Alto red. It is truly a red, true red bag, not like tomato, not strawberry with hints of pink, not geranium with tones of coral. It really is a true red bag. Heidi Blair. Yeah, Mrs. Q, Macy's is the only other place that I've seen them outside of the outlets and on Dooney.com. or I love Dooney. Hi, Mocha Cream. Yeah, so it is kind of, Military Mom says that Sabrina is kind of like a zip zip. She is, except there's only one zipper, but she does have the dual tabs on the side so that you could pull her left or right. Hi, Natalie. Thanks for joining. Yeah, most of these bags, to Pauline's point, they don't need a strap. The strap actually takes away, I think, from the lines and the curves and all that makes them really, really nice bags. And especially if there's not hardware. Like, so there's no hardware for the strap to attach to on here. So it would be much like the Willow. It's going to make it kind of wonky. And I can live without that. So I wouldn't use the strap on any of these that I can't think of a situation when I would need the strap or that I've used the strap. I do always, if it came with a strap, I have the strap with me, but I've yet to pull the strap out to use it. Lauren, so Closet Dive says, let DA buy them so we can all admire them. No, Kim's gonna buy a couple. I think during the tent sale, that's when she's planning to pick up a couple. So I definitely won't be the only one. And I'm sure that as I've gone through a few of mine tonight, that many of you have added a couple to your wish list bags as well. I'm just still going through the comments. You all have been active. So Teresa wanted Vivian in mint green. However, it sold out very quickly. So quickly, in fact, that I didn't even know it came in mint green. As soon as I saw the red, that was it for me. Yeah, Bev, I'll scratch my own stuff up. I want it to come to me unscathed so that I can do all the scathing on my own. And I know that for some people, it's an animal hide. And, I've joked many times on my channel about, cows that have good skincare routine or that take care of themselves and all of that. I'm being funny and I'm being a bit facetious, but there is some truth to that for me. I would not have wanted this bag if when I opened her, she already had 9,000 scratches from the warehouse and everything else. That's my job. I paid for a clean, crisp, unscathed bag so that I can be the one that gives her love marks, bruises. I want to put the marks on my bag that tell the story. I don't want to inherit someone else's dings and scratches. That's a risk that you take when you're picking up a bag at the outlet. But I tell you, I have seen lots of Alto bags over the years in the outlets that were perfect. Perfect. Now, lately, I've not seen them that way because they just throw them in the clearance section with everything else, which I think is a huge miss. These are bags that need to be at the register. The contact with the public should be minimized so that they can garner the price point that Dooney puts on them. But if you find one at a really good price point at the outlets that hasn't been beat to hell, then if it's a bag style that you like, then you should probably pick it up and then enjoy the heck out of it so that you can put your own love marks on there. Let's see. Yeah, I'm sure Pauline has a ton of things in her cart. Absolutely. No key keepers in any of them. And again, this is not your everyday bag, so you're not going to have a lot in your bag for your keys to get lost in there. But for those that are finished in the inside, like Lissandra, it would be nice to have a key keeper so that you're not scratching up the inside of your bag. but it also is the inside of the bag. Yep. Yeah, Lissandra is my Olivia Pope bag, for those of you that are in mourning with me over Scandal finally going off. Yeah, so Closet Dive, if you get a scratch, you just gotta learn that you gotta be able to live with it, because it's not going anywhere. There is no amount of buffing or polishing or anything else that you can do. I would also not recommend that you put any kind of conditioner or cleaner or anything like that on Alto leather. You have just got to learn to live with it. I've not experienced any color transfer, but that's not to say that it won't happen or that someone somewhere has not experienced it. I'm just saying that for me, I've not had any color transfer. DJ. So yeah, the price tag again. So if you're thinking a few bags over $1,200, still counting, just think about that's the number of bags I would have here versus that amount of bag if I chose a different brand. So for me, that Dooney math just doesn't work out, and that's why I've chosen the luxury line with Dooney for my luxury purchases, as opposed to spending that amount of money on one bag. Viola is gorgeous in any color. I have seen her in black. She is stunning in black. She's just not as stunning and polished and beautiful to me as she is in red. For Alto, I would say that if you can find something that's over 30% off, most of the ones that I got at like Christmas time were 40 or more % off, then that's absolutely a great price, because you're not gonna find them much more than that. Then maybe at the tent sale you might get something 52% off, but that's a stretch. That's a stretch. And Dooney Pay will help if you find something to be able to split it in 3 installments. I'm not sure why QVC doesn't carry that line, but I would imagine that for Dooney, they want to keep that prestige, so to speak, to that line. So offering it on Easy Pay, on QVC, would make it more accessible, and I'm sure that's the reason that QVC can't get its, or hasn't gotten its hands on Dooney's Alto line. That for QVC, Florentine leather is the premier line on there. Yep. Thanks, Military Mom. I'm glad that you like the topic. Yeah, Gina, don't have Pauline to get you put out of the house. She will do it. No boxes better come this week. Well, I know I have one coming, so I guess it's a good thing that I'm not having to worry about that. Y'all better not get put out of the house over these bags. Oh, Teresa says her mom taught her how to hide her purchases. That's a good woman. So, it's going to last. I know that it's going to be durable. I know that it's going to hold its shape. I know that from a pricing standpoint, it is, what am I, I've got something going on here on my screen. Can you guys, are you still able to chat? Did I freeze? All right, I think I don't know what's going on here, but so those are just things that, all right, let's see. So, is there a favorite out of the bags that I showed tonight? Do you have a favorite? Do you have a color preference? Is there a bag that you like more than one of the others? Yeah, Montecantini, Teresa, is one of those bags that it kind of comes and goes. Those collections don't last very long, but they will make a comeback. They typically do. I can't recall seeing Montecantini at the tent sale, but at that time I wasn't looking for Montecantini, so it's possible that Montecantini was there and I just overlooked it. I do recall Montecito being there, but that was a year that Montecito had, you know, been a part of the collection, launched in the summer and the fall. QVC had it. So there was plenty of it at the sale. So just looking for some comments to see out of the bags that I showed tonight. Bam, so it'll tell you that you're sending too many and it wants you to kind of space them apart. So if you're seeing that, that's probably where it's coming from. Sorry, it's buffering. I apologize. Looks like the comments are starting to come in. Hi, Vader. Yes, please. Thank you. So DJ says that the last one, Viola, is her favorite out of the bunch. Okay. So we have, and she's an over-the-shoulder bag. Don't fall. This is my boss lady bag right here. And then I have Amelia in gray. And then the final one, which is my bonus item, is Trista. And let me get her. She's a bonus one because she's a little tiny tot that just fits in the palm of my hand. So those are my luxury bags. So I do have a few more bags that I am waiting on from the summer fun sale, and then I will definitely go back and share with you what I picked up. I wanted to share that if you are looking, I'm completely changing gears on you now, completely. But if you are looking for something from the outlets in the color leaf so that you are not scrambling for a bag at Christmas, so that you're not scrambling for a leaf jewel tone bag for the fall, then call the Aurora outlet They should be open for another hour. They have the Ambler for 40% off. So I think she's $298 minus 40% plus an additional 25% off. They have that in leaf. They also have the Belvedere logo lock, 40% off of retail plus an additional $25 off in the color leaf. So if you've picked up a Carrington, if you've picked up a Siesta gym bag, if you have picked up the Montego collection, any color background, because they all have those dark, deep greens in them, then I would suggest an Ambler if you're looking for something small and tabletop like, crossbody, or if you're looking for a full-size bag, then I would suggest the Belvedere logo lock. 40% off of retail plus an additional $25 off. I spoke with Candace last night and she does have those in stock. They are available to ship. She also still had a couple of gym bags for $131. She did have two, I believe it was two Lollipop Swirl gym bags as of late yesterday. So if that's something that you're looking for, the Aurora outlet should be open for an additional hour. I would suggest giving that store a call. Those ladies would be more than happy to help you out. They also have the Sullivan collection, and she said, I just don't know why people don't like this collection. And I said, well, that's more cruise appropriate, and people are terrified of the white stripes in that bag. But if you have a cruise coming up or a beach trip coming up, give a Sullivan a call. See if you can find one in your favorite color. They have plenty of those in stock, and they are marked down. And then finally, if there was something in the Derby collection that you've liked, something that you don't necessarily need easy pay on from QVC, those items in a variety of fall jewel tone colors are also in stock at the Aurora outlet. So Candace and I had a really long conversation last night. We talked a bit about shipping and inventory and the tent sale and inventory that she has there, and no word on any upcoming promotions. But that is kind of what she has an abundance of. She did still have a few Carringtons in stock, but no leaf. We wiped her store out of leaf colored Carringtons. We wiped, I think the Orlando store still has one leaf that was not spoken for from Pauline's live stream on yesterday. So they will be open. I think that store closes at 8 or maybe 9 today. So you've got a little bit more time to call. Orlando only have about an hour to call Aurora. So let me see. The duffel is not an additional 25% off or $25 off Vader because it is not leather. It is a coated cotton bag. So it is just that $130, I think it's $131.40, which is very similar to the price point that it was during the meet and greet. It was $129 at that point, but then we got an additional 15% off, so it did make it price-wise a little better. But $131 is what I paid for my Siesta gym bag in black that I showed last week during the live stream. Yeah, $131.40. And she had the Montego duffel in Caribbean blue, so in Chicago. So if there was someone that was still looking for that, she did have one swirl left, or two swirls, and she had a Montego duffel in Caribbean blue. which is like the one that Pauline showed, and it also is like the one that My Pursuit of Happiness showed in her what I bought at the meet and greet video. That was a live stream. So if you're looking to see what that bag looks like and what the ladies say about it as far as colors or what it holds, I would suggest you check out Pauline's live stream, or the last couple of live streams, because she's shown a couple of different ways and what it holds and how it pairs back to different Carringtons. And then My Pursuit of Happiness, which is Ivana's channel, she has a video on it as well. Who else has posted a video on the Montego duffels? Pauline also has the Lollipop Swirl, if anyone is curious to see what that one looks like close and in person. Yes, you need Montego and Siesta. And if you are looking for something playful, fun, weekend away, very light, if you're looking for, it would be great for a daughter or granddaughter that's maybe into like cheerleading, for her to take instead of the school duffel or whatever. She can carry her cheerleading items in that. It's that kind, it's a light, fun, very youthful vibe bag. And then for those of you that picked up the Carrington for $39 during the summer fun sale, love that because it is nowhere else to be found. So you got a steal when you pick that one up. So we have been on for a little over an hour. I have stuff I need to go for work tomorrow. So thank you so very much for watching. Apologize for signing in a bit late. It has been a crazy kind of day. I got up early and I got started early, and then I slowed down drastically. Updates. Oh yeah, so for the tent sale, so I spoke with Candace yesterday and I said, listen, what is the deal? Why can't anyone confirm for me that the dates are going to be the 6th through the 9th? And she said, I can tell you that those are going to be the dates. She says, but they have not officially announced it. She says, but I have worked here, I think she told me, for 14 years, and that date range is always when they have the sale. So, without information specifically from customer service at Dooney, should I say go ahead and book your ticket? Here's what I will say. Let me continue to work on it for the rest of this month to see if I can get someone at their headquarters to confirm December 6th through the 9th. But this month, the tribe will go ahead and figure out what we're going to do about transportation, because I'm sure we're going to end up sharing or carpooling. For those of you that are interested in that, I'll be preparing an email and give you some details so that you can start preparing. But here's what I will tell you, and I'm going to share this with you because my friend Pauline lives in a warm weather climate in Florida virtually year round. And she was unaware that the tent sale was literally a tent outside. That's what it is. And if you know anything about Connecticut weather, late September into early October, Connecticut can be getting its first snowfall. So make sure that you have warm, comfortable shoes with very thick soles, or you will need very thick socks. Like, go to QVC and look for cabin socks. And they're going to be extremely thick and lined. which means you're going to have space to put your foot in a boot or shoe, because you will be standing outside and that concrete in the parking lot gets very cold. And if you do not have on a good pair of thick, ugly Ugg boots, that's when I fell in love with Uggs. Because before that, they were just ugly boots. And after standing out there and after a while looking down at my feet, wondering, did I have on shoes? That's how cold it is. You will need thick soled shoes. You will need Uggs. Dare I say Uggs. That is the reason that I bought a new pair of footbeds when we were in Chicago, because I may do a double layer of footbeds in my boots during the tent sale because it is so cold. There is literally a tent, a plastic tent, like what you would see, like on the Eventbrite, that just thin white plastic. That is where we will be. Think about a corporate dinner event where it's cold outside. They've got the tent and you've got heaters on the inside. They've laid out a floor. Well, they don't lay out a floor here. You're on the ground. It is cold. You need gloves. You need a coat. You need a hat. You may need an umbrella because the line forms on the outside of the tent. It's not called a tent sale because it's in a building. It's in a tent outside. It's cold. You need a thick, heavy coat. I would encourage you, crossbody, small crossbody, because the aisles in between all of the merchandise and the tables are very small and narrow, and people will be bumping. The smaller your bag is, the better. And it's even better if you can have your crossbody fit under your coat. There will be an array of Dooney and Bourke bags on the outside of the building as people are waiting to take their turn into the tent. Yes, I said take your turn because they will have people on the outside by way of security that will number the number of people that can go in at any given time to help control the crowd. You may want a chair, although I wouldn't recommend it. But people get very, very creative. It will be fun talking about handbags. But while you are waiting to book your ticket, right? Things that you can buy or prepare for to get ready for the tent sale, warm weather gear. You know those little packs that you can get that you break and it like hand warmers? You may need hand warmers for your gloves. You may need hand warmers for your back pockets. You may need hand warmers for your boots. Those are some of the things that you can do now and start looking for now to get ready for the extreme temperatures during the tent sale. Make sure you've got a good scarf. What else could I suggest that you get to be prepared? Yeah, I had on layers and layers and layers. So I had like my thermals. I had on what I thought were good boots, but in that extreme temperature, they didn't stand a chance. And I can remember there were two ladies that had driven down or up. Geography is not my thing. They driven in from New York, and they had on these boots that made their feet look like hooves. And I thought, oh my God, those shoes are ugly. But not one time did those ladies complain about their feet being cold. So we struck up a conversation, and that was when I first discovered the brand of Uggs. And even though at the time they were ugly, I felt like Uggs was short for ugly. I returned home and purchased a pair of Uggs and have been purchasing them ever since, because they may not be the most attractive shoes, as Pauline and I have discussed, but they are absolutely warm and appropriate attire for the tent sale. I would encourage you to wear jeans, a pair of heavy jeans. You may need thermals and your cuddle duds. Notice I didn't say or, I said and, because it is the dead of winter. It is rare during that time of year for the temperatures to get much above freezing. Last year, during the dates of the tent sale, the average temperature was about 33 degrees and snow flurries. So the 33 was the high. That was around lunchtime. The low, and at the time that I would normally leave to go out to the tent sale, would be around 6:30 in the morning, when it's still dark and cold, to get in line. And it is extremely cold, below freezing, like in the 20s during that time period. So if you're looking for something to do to continue to get prepared for the tent sale, don't get anxious about the flight. We will all be booking our flights around the same time. And I promise you that whether it is a scheduled live or not, as soon as I have that information, I will email and or go live so that you know that the dates have been confirmed. But in addition to saving your money, in addition to booking your hotel, starting now while it's hot outside and there are still places that have winter items on clearance, now would be the time to start getting your warm weather gear together so that you are not caught off guard by the weather in Norwalk, Connecticut in December. It will be brutally cold. Hopefully they will cooperate, military mom, but that weather in the Northeast is not forgiving. It is disrespectful. It has no regard for visitors or tent sales or fine leathers. So I'm just going to be prepared to have my thermals under my jeans and a couple of layers underneath my sweater or sweatshirt, and my coat, scarf, earmuffs, hats, gloves, hand warmers, thick boots, nice socks. You need a coat, and I suggest a small, slim profile crossbody bag so that you can literally be hands-free. Because if you are not a fan of those videos from like Black Friday with people like pushing and shoving in the fronts of Walmart, Best Buys, and Targets when they're trying to get, like, I don't know, $3 slow cookers or whatever it is that they have, then if that is not your thing, then you are not, I repeat, you will not enjoy the tent sale. There is a degree of that goes on. Nobody's falling all over. They've got security there. They try to do things in a very orderly fashion. But if you have been looking for a Viola all year and you spot her, either you're liable to be pushed or elbowed, or you're liable possibly to be the one doing the pushing and the elbowing, trying to get to what you want to take home with you. It is one of those situations where, unlike when we were in Chicago, there were some different strategies, right? So there are some strategies, or from what I saw, right? So I'm about to share my observations with the tribe. There were some people, and I'm just gonna, as an example, Kim. Kim is our Florentine Dooney addict. She scoped out where the Florentine was. She went in. That was her spot. She decided on her Florentine first. And then she made her way through the rest of the store. There are shoppers like Pauline that come in, take it all in. We'll go to the back of the store, away from the rest of the crowd, take it all in from a different angle, and then we'll start looking at what the inventory is, and then start making decisions, picking up what she wants. Someone that shops like me, if I see it, I like it. If I think I want it, I'm walking around like this. I got my stuff with me. I'm holding on to it because as long as I have it in my hands, I can make a decision on it. And if I decide I don't want it, I don't like it, then I will either put it down or I will pass it to the person that shared with me that they were interested in it. But what I won't do is say, I really want that. I think I like it. I've been looking for it, and then put it back down. No, ma'am, not me. I'm going to hold on to everything that I have an interest in. I'm going to load up. So having a bag this size is not going to help me shop. I will pick up everything that I want, that I'm interested in multiple colors, in many shapes, in many designs. I will be the person bumping you in the aisle because I am like a pack mule going through with all of my stuff. And then when I have done and picked up all that I am interested in, if I'm at a point where I need to make some decisions, then I will make those decisions in an area off to the side by myself so that I have an opportunity to make decisions without fear of missing out. Exactly, Closet Dive. Grab and go. There is no time there to be pondering on, do I want a Trista, do or not? If you think you want a Trista, you better pick her up and hold on to her because she will disappear. So, to get prepared for the tent sale, I would say warm weather attire. If you're just joining in, watch on the replay of the things that you need and why, and then get your mind wrapped around the fact that you need a small, portable crossbody and get prepared to shop Dooney Attic style. Otherwise, you will get back to the hotel and you will feel like you have missed out because you were unable to make a decision. Just because you pick it all up doesn't mean that you have to buy it all, but you do reserve the right to make that decision. If you want it, and Amelia, and you never pick her up and they're all gone, then you don't have the option of deciding whether or not you want that bag or whether you want to spend that money on it depending on whatever it is. So those are some of my tips to help you get ready for the tent sale. Warm weather gear. If you don't like the madness of a Black Friday, stay at home. Shop online during the 12 days of Dooney from the comfort of your couch, in the warmth of your living room, from your favorite recliner. But if you are going to go, be prepared for the madhouse. Be prepared to grab and go and then be able to make decisions. What I really, really enjoyed about the tent sale or about the meet and greet is that there was a bit of, I'm going to call it bag hoarding. I did it. I never took anything out of anybody's hands, but if I saw it, I wanted it, or thought I wanted it, I'm picking it up. But what I appreciate is that there were several instances where not only me, but other people in the tribe knew that other people were specifically looking for things or had a favorite color, and before they put them back down for general shopping from the customer population, we went to each other and said, hey, I know, is this what you were looking for? Or I know that you were interested in this, and pass those things off. I would hope and trust that if we're shopping together as a tribe during the tent sale, that once you have decided what you want, then you may have something that someone else within the tribe is interested in and they weren't able to get their hands on it. So even though it's not a requirement, I would hope that as a group shopping together that we would extend each other those kinds of courtesies like we did during the meet and greet, so that nobody leaves without anything that they wanted that would have otherwise been put back, on the sales floor for general shopping purchases. So, yeah, Sandra, you will be fine. You will be fine. Trust me. And besides, the tent sale usually, at least that Thursday, usually is a day or two ahead of the official 12 days of Dooney. So it will be fun. It will be fun. I promise you. But it is one of those things that once you do, if it were not for the tribe, I don't know that I would go back. I could just continue to shop online, because once you've done it once, you can really get it out of your system. But I'm going to do it with the tribe because I just know that it will be even more special with this group. But honestly, after this year, I can tell you I won't be at the sale in 2019. I won't do it 2 years in a row. Closet Dive says that she goes every year. There are some people that go. There are a lot of people that sell bags online, whether it's resellers or whatever. They go and they stock up on inventory during that time of year. No shame. Do what you got to do. Take care of your business. But that's not me. I'm shopping for me. I shop for family. I'm looking for sample bags. So those are the bags that Peter has played with, and they may not be completely finished. For example, in the inside, they may not have a bag ID sewn in, but it is an authentic bag. But it may not be a bag that you can register, and it may not be a bag that you ever see. It may not be a bag that ever shows up at retail, because it's a sample bag and they're trying to see whether or not there's a market for it when they go to Fashion Week and all of these other places. Is it a bag that QVC wants to carry exclusively, or is it going to be a Dillard's exclusive? And whether it does or it doesn't make its way to production, those bags are available and they typically sell for $50. I've purchased Dooney and Bourke bags at the tent sale for $30. I said it. $30 to $50. Yeah, you won't find this for 30 or 50. So drop that idea from your head. You won't find this for $50. But if you recall the bag that I did for Valentine's Day this year, the one with all of the hearts with the Dooney and Bourke, the red, black, and white, I didn't see that until late. All of the samples were gone. People that got that during the tent sale paid $30 for it. $30 for the sample bag. Now, some of them didn't have the strap, the over shoulder strap, but that's fine because that's a bag that I wouldn't use the strap for anyway. But that's just a sampling of what the tent sale will look like. So I don't want you showing up being cold because you didn't dress or pack appropriately. And I don't want you coming thinking that you're going to be inside of some retail space, because you're not. It's a tent outside. You do have to stand in line and wait your turn to get in. And I wouldn't want you to think that you're going to be shopping at Macy's on a Saturday morning when the store is empty. That is not the case. So, you have been prepared. You have some time to get your mind, your body, your wallet, your attire together. And I think that as a group, we will have a lot of fun. We are at the Doubletree Hotel on Connecticut Avenue in Norwalk. It is 3.4 miles to 1 Regent Road, which is where the Dooney tent sale will be at their headquarters. And stay tuned for more details as we get closer. But for now, get your clothes together. Get your mind wrapped around getting your clothes together. And if you don't have a winter coat, don't show up without a coat. Don't show up. Don't show up without a coat. I'm telling you, you are going to be miserable and you are going to be cold. Absolutely. You need some insulation. And fat does not work as insulation during the tent sale. You need more than that. Your layers need layers. All right? So, thank you so very much for watching. Puffer coats, Ugg boots, Timberlands, maybe they just don't have a really thick sole. And Uggs, the warmest, ugliest possible pair I can find. Because that's just what it takes in order to be able to survive the weather and really be able to enjoy the tent sale, because you will be freezing until it's your to go in, and then once the doors open and you're ready to go in, it's just all adrenaline at that point. You'll be hot, you'll feel restricted. But if you are not warm and comfortable leading up to that experience, the rest of your time in the tent is just going to be miserable. I promise you. You will be absolutely miserable. So it is an hour and 36 minutes. I really have to go and start getting ready for tomorrow. I know that many of you do as well. So on that note, thank you for hanging around, taking a look at my 5 luxury items. Thank you so very much for watching. Until next time, I do hope that you're finding something that feeds your Dooney addiction. Take care.